Good morning or afternoon. Today I'm going to have you both start from a seated position. As always, if cross-legged seat is comfortable for you, come into cross-legged seat. If butterfly position is more comfortable for your knees and hips, ankles, other joints, feel free to sit in butterfly. Wherever you choose to be, try to find a nice tall seat. So you might sit on one of your blocks just to lift the hips and get the knees a little bit below the hips. Draw the shoulders down, sit up nice and tall. As you inhale, bring your shoulders up towards your ears. As you exhale, slowly slide the shoulders down the spine. Let's do that a couple more times. Big inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, relaxing the shoulders down. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. On the bottom of this exhale, settle into your seat, feeling your sit bones rooted to the ground, the crown of your head rising towards the ceiling. Take your hands and place your palms facing upwards, resting on your knees, in your lap, whatever feels more comfortable. From here, close your eyes, letting the eyelids softly shut against the cheeks. Soften the muscles of your face, the space between your eyebrows, across your cheekbones, forehead, and jaw. See if you can soften your inner ears, letting sound move slowly in and out, but never focusing on any one thing. And bring awareness into your breath. And slowly beginning to deepen your inhales and exhales. Finding a slow, steady, rhythmic breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And today we'll start with an alternate side breath. Take a couple more deep breaths in and out here. Finding the nice, slow, deep, complete rhythm of your breath. Full breath in. As you exhale, close the palm of your right hand, leaving the left palm open. Inhale there. Now as you exhale, let the right palm open. The left palm will close. Breath in. Exhale, closing the right palm, open the left. Inhale with your left palm open. And then exhale, close the left palm, open the right. Again, inhale through the right palm. Exhale, close the right, open the left. Few more rounds. Inhale with the left palm open. Exhale, closing the left palm, opening through the right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Again, inhale right. Exhale left. Two more rounds. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. As you exhale, exhale right. Open both palms, inhale and breathe. Feeling both sides of the body open. A few deep breaths here, allowing the breath to return back to a normal rhythm if it changed. As you're ready, slowly allowing your eyes to blink back open. Once Once again, adjusting your seat, sitting nice and tall. Inhale, now let's circle the arms overhead. As you exhale, connect your fingers, flip your palms, and press the palms up towards the ceiling. Big breath in. Now as you exhale, press the palms forwards as you gently round through your ribcage, opening the back side of the body. Do a few more rounds like that. Inhale, taking the arms overhead, lift the heart. Exhale, round and pressing the palms forward. 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Breath in. And breath out. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Now inhale, bring the arms once again overhead. As you exhale, we're going to release the hands. Take your left palm, fold the left palm behind the back, fingertips pointing down between the shoulder blades. Bring your right hand to the left elbow. Try not to actually go on the elbow joint itself, maybe slightly below. Don't force your head through your arms. Keep a natural, neutral position for your neck as you guide your left elbow up and back. Again, soften the neck, make sure the head's not being pushed forwards. Stay here. If you're wanting a little more, take a little hinge over to your right so you deepen the stretch for the outer left arm. Again, soften the neck, soften the shoulders, make sure there's no tension across the jaw. 1 more full breath. Inhale, come up. Good. Release the right arm. Left arm reaches up. Exhale, switch sides. Fold the right hand behind the back. Left fingertips above the right elbow joint. Gentle pull up and back. Soften the neck. Listen to your shoulders. And then if you're wanting a little more, take your hinge to your left, deepening the stretch for the right arm, tricep, and shoulder. Soften the face, making sure the head, again, isn't being pushed forwards past the resistance from the neck. 1 more full breath. Inhale, coming back up. Again, extend the left arm, right arm. Exhale, flip the palms and slowly lower the arms down behind or beside your hips. Taking your right hand, place your right fingertips on the outside of your right sit bones. Again, inhale, circle your left arm up. We're going to go back to a side bend, reaching your left arm up and over your head, planting the right palm. And if you're wanting a little more, come further out through the right fingertips, but then try to press down more into your left hip towards your left knee. Soften your shoulders down. I'm going to take 2 more breaths here. Good. Gaze down towards your right knee. From here, you're going to exhale. Lower your left hand down until it comes to the outside of your right knee. Walk the right fingertips in. Reset the back, lifting the chest, framing towards your right knee. Inhale. As you exhale, walk the fingers out any amount until you're folding towards your right knee. Take 1 more breath here. Walk your hands to center, stay in this forward fold. Coming up onto fingertips or bringing the palms to the mat. Gentle press down and forwards with the hands, pressing a little more weight towards your sit bones. Shake out your head. Full breath in and full breath out. Come up onto your fingertips, walk them back towards your shins. Once again, sitting up nice and tall. Let's take a quick stretch out of the legs, uncross your legs, extend them forwards out in front of you. Give your knees a bounce, flex and point your feet, circle out your ankles. Get some blood moving back into your hips and knees. Give the hips a little shimmy side to side. From here, we're going to bend your knees. Place your feet flat to the ground, feet hips width distance apart and parallel. Walk your hands back behind you, fingertips facing towards your feet, towards your hips. Soften the elbows, draw the shoulders down. Inhale, lift the heart up. Stay here, creating a gentle backward bend, sending the heart towards the ceiling. gaze towards the ceiling. If you're wanting a little more, walk the feet in a couple inches and the palms back a couple more inches. Pressing into the palms, draw the shoulders down, lift the heart, and then lift the hips, coming into a reverse tabletop. Aiming to get the hips level with the chest level with the knees, head back, but make sure the head's not falling. There's still a little control from the back of the neck. Take a full breath in, and as you exhale, slowly release your hips back down. Right. Walk the hands forwards, roll out your shoulders, releasing any tension that might have built up from that last pose. We're going to come back to a cross-legged seat. You might take a different leg forwards this time just to even out the hips. Again, if butterfly is more comfortable, go back to butterfly pose. Hands back to the knees, couple shoulder shrugs. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, soften the shoulders down. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more breath in. And breath up. Flip the hands. Inhale, taking the arms up overhead. This time as you exhale, you'll sweep the arms behind your back, interlace your fingers behind the back. Draw the thumbs past the tail, draw the shoulders down and back. Inhale, lift the heart up, opening across the chest. I'm going to take a couple of breaths here. One more full breath. On your next inhale, release your arms, sweep your arms behind your back. I'm going to turn around so you can see me. This time as you exhale, you're going to sweep your right arm behind your back. Flip the hand so that the palm is resting anywhere on your low back of the hand to the low back. And then you're going to take this left arm, reach it behind. See if you can grab opposite elbows. If you can't, that's okay. You can go for forearms or wrists. If you're wanting a little bit more, you're going to try and bring that right hand all the way over to the left side body, and then see if, again, you can grab that elbow of the right arm. Take 1 more breath here. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Now the left arm's going to lead. Take the left arm out, turn the palm, sweep the left arm behind your back, trying to get that left hand as close to the right hip or right waist as you can. Small of the back is fine. The right arm's going to come around. You're trying to find your left elbow with your right hand. If that's not accessible, again, you're just grabbing forearms or wrists, wherever that stretches for you. Couple breaths from here. One more full breath. We'll release. Inhale, taking the arms up overhead. Reach up, stretch up. And as you exhale, left fingertips now are going to come down to the outer left hip. Right arm's going to reach up over into your side bend. Soften the shoulders down, lift the rib cage. Make sure you're not backward bending, not pushing the chest forward. And then make sure you're not curling and rounding the shoulders forwards. You want to eventually try to stack the shoulders. Take the left fingertips out further if you're wanting more of a stretch. And then find more weight towards your right hip and right knee. Take 1 more full breath. Now look down towards your left knee. Start to lower the right shoulder, the right hand down, feeling that stretch in the back, right side of the body. Once the fingertips come down, walk your left hand in. Walk the fingers back, reset the chest towards your left knee. Take an inhale. As you exhale, walk the hands out and fold towards your left knee. One more full breath. You come back into your forward fold, walking the hands center. Pressing the hips back. Again, you might stay on fingers or come to palms. Full breath in. Full breath out. From here, begin to walk your hands back towards your shins. Coming all the way up to seated, big inhale, circle the arms, connect the palms. Exhale, trace your midline, bring your hands to your chest. Once again, we're going to lift the knees, uncross the legs, extend them forwards out in front of you. Take a couple points and flexes, circle the ankles, bounce the knees, get the blood moving back through the knees. And then again, bend your knees, place your feet flat on your mat, hips width distance apart. I'm going to take that same backward bend again. Walk the hands back behind you, fingers facing forwards, about a foot behind your hips, maybe a little closer if that's what works for your shoulders. Hug the elbows in, draw the shoulders down and back. Inhale, lift your heart towards the sky. Stay here or walk the feet in, press into the palms of the feet, lift the hips and come into your reverse tabletop. You have 4 breaths here. Inhaling, heart to the ceiling. Again, the hips don't have to lift. You can keep the hips down to the ground. Just find the backward bend from there. One more full inhale. As you exhale, the hips slowly lower down. Keep the hands back behind you. Walk the feet a little more forwards and a little out. And let your knees windshield wiper from side to side. From here, we're going to shift the weight forward, swing the legs around, and come into tabletop position, hands and knees. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees, making sure the knees are hips width distance apart and the feet are tracking with the knees. So if you look between your knees, you shouldn't be able to see your feet. Hands are slightly forwards of your shoulders, so you have a light crease in the wrist rather than a heavy crease. From here, we're going to start to rock your weight back and forth. You can stay towards the center of your mat. You can take bigger rocks, letting the shoulders come forward over the fingers, pressing the hips back towards the heels, finding some range of motion in the shoulders, the knees, warming up the spine, hips, arms, wrists. Couple more rocks back and forth here. Great. From here, we're going to come back into your tabletop and adjust the positioning of your hands, turning your fingertips out towards the edges of your mat. So the heels of the hands face inwards. And we'll take those rocks side to side. Keeping the rocking motion side to side for now in the shoulders. So you're stretching a little deeper into the wrists. Coming back to center, we're going to flip the hands so that the backs of the hands are against the mat, the palms are facing upwards. Fingertips are going to face inwards, so a little more stretch for the wrist, maybe a couple rocks side to side here. If you need to do one arm at a time, do one arm at a time. Listen to your shoulders and wrists. And then release, shake a hand out, and then the other hand. And now, once the hands are facing back forwards, palms to the mat, we're going to let the hips move side to side, so the outer hips get stretched. The next time your hips sway to the right, hold there, a couple of breaths. Just feeling that stretch in your outer right hip, maybe through the IT band. Come back to center, take them to the left, same thing. Try to pause in the stretch, just to feel it for a couple of breaths. And coming back to center. Again, adjust your hands, adjust your knees back to a comfortable table. One more stretch for your wrists. I'm going to take your right hand, turn the right fingertips to face back towards your knee. So the heel of your hand faces the front of your mat. You're going to press the heel of the hand down as you press the hips a little back. So we're stretching the wrist, we're stretching the forearm. Take a couple of breaths here. You might even rock a little bit back and forth if you're wanting a bit more of a stretch for the palm, the fingers. Release the right hand, give it a shake, and switch sides. Take the left palm, turn the fingertips back to face your knee, heel of the hand facing forwards. A little press down into the right palm, and then if you're wanting more, little rocks back and forth. Stretching the bicep here. Very few stretches actually stretch out your bicep, so this one is good for that. Couple more. Coming back to center, give your left hand a shake. Let's rest in child's pose for a couple of breaths. Press your hips back to your heels, stretching the fingers forward. Forehead resting on your mat or a block. Always making sure the neck is not straining. So if it's more comfortable to place the block underneath your head, do that. You might let your hips sway a little side to side. You might give your head a rock side to side to release the neck, massage your forehead. Take another full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, shift forwards, come to hands and knees once again. As you exhale, tuck your toes. Press your hips back towards your heels. Press the palms into the floor, join between your shoulder blades. Start to lift your knees. We're slowly going to start to lift the hips and come into downward dog. Let your head fall heavy. Just a couple breaths here in your downward dog. Pedal out your feet. Get some blood moving back into your knees and hips. Good. Your next inhale is going to bring you forwards into a plank pose. Adjusting the feet forwards or back, maybe setting the knees down. Find a nice solid plank. Press the floor away from you. Lift between the shoulder blades. The back, the heart goes towards the ceiling. Pull your belly to your spine. Make sure the hips aren't sagging or arching up. So you've got a nice straight diagonal line from your heels to the crown of your head. Take a full breath in. Pull the belly up. As you exhale, lower your knees. Shift the weight slightly forward. Start to bend your elbows. You're going to come all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes and climb up into Sphinx pose. Bringing your elbows underneath your shoulders, your forearms to the mat, shoulder width distance apart. Palms to the mat or fists to the mat. Do what feels more comfortable for your wrists. Feet in a neutral position. Try to find a space where you can soften your glutes. Pull the forearms down and back. Find some traction. So feel that sensation of the forearms pulling towards the belly as the belly and chest pull forwards and up. Soften the shoulders down away from your ears. Soften the muscles of your face. And now let your chin fall towards your chest, letting the back of the neck get a stretch. Relax the shoulders. You might even feel the chest go a little closer to the mat and the shoulders maybe just round forwards a bit. And then keeping your chin into your chest, roll your right ear over to your right shoulder. Think about the left shoulder drawing away from the left ear, releasing the left side of your neck. Take one more breath. And now roll your chin back to your chest. And then bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Feeling the right shoulder draw away from the right ear. Rolling back chin to chest, head nice and heavy. You're going to find that same traction from the forearms, elbows pulling back towards the hips. Inhale, lift the gaze, lift the chest, lift the shoulders. Take 2 more breaths here to stretch the front side of your body. 1 more inhale. As you exhale, begin to let the elbows go out towards the sides of your back. Stack your palms, placing your forehead either on your palms or bringing the head just inside of the palms. Turn the head to one side, let one cheek rest on your mat. Bend your knees and let your knees windshield wiper from side to side to release your low back. And from here, re-straighten the legs. Slide your hands in under your shoulders, tuck your toes, press your knees into your mat till you feel your hips kind of pop up. Hug the elbows in, press the palms into the mat, lift to all fours, and press back to child's pose, sending hips to heels, stretching out the spine. Take 3 breaths here. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, shift forwards, come back to hands and knees. Readjust on your mat so your hips are back underneath your knees, your shoulders are back over your wrists. And then from here, we're going to move through cat-cow. Wrap the elbows back, inhale, draw the chest forwards through the arms, lower your belly, and lift your tail. As you exhale, begin by tucking the tail. Start to roll through your spine like your body was a wave. until your chin comes to your chest. Lift the gaze first. Inhale, bring the chest forwards. Reverse the wave. Lower the belly. Tail lifts last. And then again, roll through the back of the spine all the way up to the top of the spine. Chin to chest last. Let's continue here. A few more rounds of breath. Thinking of that spine rolling like a wave. One vertebra at a time. Moving with your breath. Few more rounds. Let's do one more full round of breath wherever you are. You'll end with your exhale. Inhale, finding neutral. Exhale, stay there. Pull the belly to the spine. On your next inhale, we're going to take your right leg, extend it back behind you. You might adjust your left knee a little more towards center so you feel balanced. Level out your hips. Keeping your right hip level with your left, press the mat away from you. Level out the shoulders. And then walk your left fingertips forwards out in front of you. Find a diagonal line from your left fingers to your right foot. The fingertips, the foot could stay on the mat the entire time. You could move through these movements, returning the fingers and toes back to the mat. Or if you're wanting a little more of a challenge, lift your right foot. Flex the toes towards the floor. Make sure the right hip doesn't hike and there's no backward bend. Pull the low ribs up. Stay here or lift the left hand. The left hand is lifting. Rotate from the tricep. Wrap the tricep in so that your thumb faces forwards. We're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, point your toes and bring your right knee into the center of your chest, your left elbow to touch your knee. Good. Inhale, reaching forwards. Now flex the foot, press back through the heel. Then as you exhale again, point your toes, bring it in. Good. Flex the foot. Inhale, reach forwards. Exhale, point the toes, bringing the knee to the elbow. Two more. Inhale, flex, press back. Exhale, point, pull in. One more. Flex it. Really push back through the heel, reach forwards. Exhale, point the toe, curl in. Good. Inhale, reach out. As you exhale, everything returns back to the mat. Bringing the right knee forwards, readjusting the hands. We're going to go into your shoulder stretch to give this right arm a break. Inhale, reach the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, take your right arm, sweep it underneath your left. Bend your left elbow, right ear, right shoulder, rest on the mat. You've got 5 breaths here. Resting the weight towards the back of the right shoulder. If you're wanting a little more, come up onto your left fingertips, lift your left elbow, and use the left fingertips to send more weight to the right. One more full breath. And now bring your right hand back under your left hand, back under your left shoulder. Press into your left palm. Inhale, release your right arm. Take it back up, stretch it out, circle the wrist. Exhale, right hand back to your mat. Again, re-square shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Take 5 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, the chest forwards, belly down, tail up. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Tuck the tail, chin to chest. 3 or 4 more breaths here. One more full round. Cat-cow ends with your exhale. Inhale, neutral spine, flat back. Press the floor away, lift the ribs. Take your left leg, extend it back behind you. Again, if you feel a little off balance, take the right knee a little more towards center of your mat. Level out the hips, press the left heel back. Push down into your left palm. Walk your right fingers forwards. Find your diagonal angle. Make sure the shoulders are level, the hips are level. And again, you could stay right here. Move through the movement of the arm and the leg, always returning the toes and fingers back down to the ground. Or if you're wanting more, start first by lifting your left leg. This could be where you stay, not lifting the right arm. Or if you want more, the right arm's going to lift. Tricep wraps in so the thumb faces the ceiling. Take an inhale, reach diagonally, flex the foot. Exhale, point the toes, pull the knee into the chest, elbow to touch the knee. Inhale, flex the foot, press back. Exhale, point and curl in. Let's do 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Last 2, breath in. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, palm to mat, knee to mat. Readjusting the knees back under the hips. Press into your right palm. Now inhale, the left arm forward lift. Exhale, sweep your left arm underneath your right. Bend your right elbow. Bring your left ear, your left shoulder to your mat for your shoulder stretch. Let the weight settle towards the back of your left arm. Square your hips. Press down into both shins. You might come up onto your right fingertips and gently start to lift the right elbow, the right shoulder up and back to take you deeper into your stretch. 3 more breaths from here. Right palm back to the mat. Right hand under your right shoulder. Press down. Inhale. Let's start to release the left arm. Take it up to the ceiling. Give it a shake. Circle the wrists. Exhale. Left hand's going to come down. Good. Readjust. Hips over knees. Making sure the knees are directly underneath the hips. Feet hips width distance apart. We'll come into puppy pose. Start to walk your hands forwards. You might take your hands as wide as your mat or even a little wider if you know you have tighter shoulders. Any shoulder injuries, listen to your shoulders here. Just start to melt the chest down as you walk the arms forwards. Trying to keep the hips as much over the knees as you can. As you relax the forehead through the arms to the mat. You might start to relax the chest more to the mat as well. Slowly melting, heart to the floor as the arms reach forwards. If you can, try to keep the elbows lifted if it's safe for your shoulders so that you feel the stretch more in the shoulders, the chest, and the arms. Couple more breaths here. One more full breath. And now lift from the back of the heart. Start to walk your hands back in. Once the hands are back under the shoulders, again, we've got a couple more rounds of cat-cow to release the back, release the shoulders. And then when you're ready, it's downward dog, tucking your toes, slowly pressing hips back, lift the knees, send the hips up and back to the space where the wall and the ceiling meets behind you. And again, find some easy movement if it feels good, pedaling out the feet. Maybe letting the hips sway side to side. Coming back to center. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look to the top of your mat. Slowly start to walk your feet to your hands. Find your half lift. Inhale, shoulders back, chest forwards. Straight spine, belly in. Exhale, bend the knees a little more. Roll your belly over your thighs. Grab opposite elbows and just let yourself hang here. Feel free to sway a little side to side. Try to keep the knees bent so the belly is resting on the thighs so your low back isn't taking the strain. I'm going to be here 2 more breaths. Good. Release the hands. Inhale, lift halfway up, chest forwards. Exhale there. Try to find a little more length with the chest. Walk your hands up to your hips and then inhale. Lift the rest of the way up to stand. Exhale, mountain pose. Let the palms fall open beside you. Hands facing the front of your mat, shoulders down, chest up. Little tuck of the low ribs in, lengthen the tail down, spread through the toes, and start to rock your weight back and forth. We're going to lift the toes and then lift the heels. And playing with your balance, playing with your foundation on your mat. Each time you rock the weight back towards the heels, lift the toes, spread them out. And as you set them down, spread them wider across the floor. Couple more rocks back and forth. Good. This time you're going to settle the heels, spread the toes, shift the weight so that it's even across the big toe mound in the center of your heel. Inhale, circle your arms, reach up. Catch a hold of your left wrist. Exhale, take a stretch over to the right. Gentle pull in the wrist to stretch down from the shoulder to the fingers. Inhale, come back to center. Now catch your right wrist. Exhale, take it to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Reach the fingers upwards. Gaze up, lift the heart. As you exhale, part the air, dive forward, bend the knees, roll your belly out over your thighs, come back into a standing forward fold. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, lifting the chest, gaze forward. As you exhale, big bend into your knees, bring your fingertips to your mat. Step your left foot to the back of your mat. Find a nice long lunge on your right leg. Right knee over your right ankle. Back of the left thigh pressing strong towards the ceiling. Come onto your left fingertips or place a block underneath your left hand. We're going to inhale, take the right arm, or the right palm rather, to the right shoulder. Start to twist from here. And then extend the right arm up towards the ceiling. Stack your wrists, stack your shoulders. Right palm should be facing towards the right. Square the hips, gently draw the right hip crease back. Lengthen the upper body. Lengthen the neck. Find a neutral position, whether you're gazing to the side, whether you're gazing down, or gazing up towards your right hand. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, let the right fingertips come back down to the ground. Slowly lower your left knee. Inhale, come up onto fingertips, lift your chest. As you exhale, it's half split. Start to walk your hands back. Whether your hands are on blocks or on the mat, start to straighten your right leg. Square off the hips once again. Draw the right hip crease back. Little lift of the tail. Press the right heel into the mat. Chest lifts. And if you're wanting a little more, start to walk your hands forwards. Maybe walk blocks forwards to fold towards your straight right leg. Sending your heart towards your toes. Take two more breaths here. One more inhale. One more exhale. Let's start to return the toes back to the mat. Start to shift the weight forwards. Once the right foot comes to the mat, remove your blocks, fingertips down. You're going to tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. See if you can step back to a plank pose. Knees up or knees down. Press the floor away from you. Pull the belly up and in, reaching your chest forwards. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lower the knees. Slowly start to lower the chest and come all the way down to your belly. From here, we're going to work with locust pose. Untuck your toes, tops of the feet to the mat. Walk your hands back behind you and place your palms to your mat on either side of your hips. Press down into the palms. Draw your shoulders down and back. Inhale, feet press down, palms press down, chest lifts, gaze lifts, half locust. Press into the palms, inhale, see if you can lift a little higher. And then exhale, slowly release. Flip the hands to the palms face upwards. Turn your head, left cheek resting on your mat. One more breath here. Bring the head back to center, palms back to face the ground. Inhale, press into the palms, lift the chest. Now weight into your right foot. See if you can lift your left. Keeping the left hip bone down, the left toes reach back behind you, the chest lifts. Good, now see if you can meet it with the right. Both toes lifting, shoulders back, chest up. Take one more inhale. Exhale, slowly lower the feet, flip the palms, turn the head now to the left, right cheek resting on your mat. Bring your head to center. One more time, palms turn downwards. See if you can bring your feet together to touch. If that's too much for your low back, you feel it, take the feet to hips width distance apart. Press into the palms, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lift the legs. Good, now see if you can inhale, lift the arms. Rotating the palms so they face the hips. Squeeze the shoulders down and back. Lift the fingers towards the ceiling. Take one more full breath in. And then exhale, slowly release. Once again, you're going to turn your head, left cheek resting on your mat, turning the head to the right. Now we're going to take your right hand under your right shoulder. Take your left arm out to the left, fingertips in line with the left shoulder, left arm completely straight. It's your shoulder stretch. Start to roll your weight to the left, any amount. You might simply just start to lift the chest and the belly from the mat, keeping both feet firmly planted, using the right palm to increase the stretch. You might be able to roll fully onto the left side. And if you're wanting more, bend your right knee. Place your left foot behind your straight right leg and work the knee up and away to send more weight, more stretch towards your left shoulder. Make sure your neck is neutral. It's comfortable, head resting on the ground. Take 2 more breaths here. Good, one more inhale. As you exhale, restack your legs. Slowly roll back onto your belly. I'm going to turn your head now to the left, right cheek resting on the mat. Slide the right palm in, slide the left or the right arm out. So the left palm slides in, right arm extends out. Now we're rolling weight to the right. Again, maybe just lifting the belly and the chest from the floor, pressing into the left palm. You might roll completely to the outer right side of the body, stacking the legs. Or bend your left knee, place your left foot behind your straight right leg, and then use the foot and the knee to deepen the stretch. One more full breath. Restack your legs, left leg on top of right. Use the left palm to slowly roll back onto your belly. Once you're on your belly, slide your right hand back in under your right shoulder, tuck your toes, press your knees into your mat. Exhale, you lift back to all fours. Press the hips back over the knees, adjust the hands. Inhale, find your cow. Exhale, find your cat. 2 more here. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more breath in. And breath out. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward dog. Send the hips up and back. Again, find movement here that feels good. Adjusting hands, feet, knees. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, look to the top of your mat. Start to walk your feet to your hands. Finding your half lift, inhale, lengthening forwards. Forward fold, exhale, bend your knees, belly over thighs, head hangs heavy. Spread your toes, press solidly, center the heels, big toe mounds of the feet. Keep the knees soft, but the glutes strong. This time, inhale, circle your arms, lift with the flat back, come all the way up to stand. Reaching fingers up towards the ceiling, stretch up, reach up, inhale. Exhale, trace your midline, passing the hands through the center of the chest to the heart. Good, from here, placing the palms at the center of the chest, press the palms together until you feel your elbows go out to the sides. Forearms parallel to the ground. Resistance through the palms. Draw the shoulders down, pull the belly in, spread the toes. And now pushing your palms together, you're going to resist as you start to press your palms to the right. Good, gaze to the left. Inhale, come back to center, hands to the center of the chest, gaze forwards. Now push the palms together, resist as you push your palms to the left, turn your gaze to your right. Inhale, gaze comes to center. Now as you exhale, you're going to start to take the fingertips forwards and then slowly tilt the pinkies down so that the fingers point towards the ground. Drop your chin to your chest. Soften your knees. Stretch the back of your neck. Inhale, fingers rotate up, still palms pressing together, gaze goes forward. Now you're going to start to rotate your fingers back towards your chest, letting the elbows wing out from here. We're going to interlace your fingers, press the palms forward, stretch it out. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Exhale, connect the palms. Once again, returning the hands to the chest. Inhale, circle, reach high. Exhale, forward fold, bending the knees. Roll your belly out over your thighs. Inhaling to a half lift, chest reaches forwards, lengthen, reset the spine. Exhale, bigger bend into your knees, fingers down. Step your right foot to the back of your mat. Good, keep that right leg straight and strong. Left knee over your left ankle. Press the back of the right thigh towards the ceiling, square off your hips. Draw your left hip crease back. Keep your right fingertips on your mat or reach for a block and place your right hand under a block. Take your left hand to your left shoulder and start to lift the left shoulder, lift the left elbow, twist to your left. Once there, extend the left arm to the ceiling, trying to keep the left hand in line with the left shoulder. Fingertips stacked, right and left. Finding the twist from the ribs and the shoulders, keeping the hips squared. You've got 2 more breaths here. 1 more inhale. As you exhale, start to lower your left hand. Once the left fingertips come back down to the mat, lower your right knee, find your low lunge. Come up onto blocks or fingertips. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the lunge forwards. Exhale, start to walk your hands back on blocks or mat. Start to straighten into your left leg, find your half split. Work on taking any rounding out of your back, reaching the chest forwards. Maybe that means you come up onto blocks and you keep the chest lifted to find length. Press the left heel down, draw the left hip back. Reach the heart forwards, and if you're wanting more, start to fold, start to walk the blocks forwards, but be mindful again of the shoulders rounding forwards. Try to reach your chest towards your toes as you take it deeper into your stretch. We've got a couple more breaths here. One more full breath. As you inhale, start to press into your left heel. Slowly shift the knee forwards, return the toes to the mat. Walk the hands forwards, framing your left foot. Lift your back leg. Good, now step left foot back. 1 more plank pose. Shoulders over hips, press the mat away from you, take an inhale. This time you're going back to downward dog on your exhale. Adjusting hands and feet, shaking out your head. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Keeping the feet parallel. Soften the knees. Lift the sit bones, lift the inner thighs. Little wider downward dog. Take a full breath. And then begin to walk your hands back towards your feet. Coming into your wide-legged forward fold at the back of your mat. Keep the knees as soft as you need to. Again, we're going to grab opposite elbows. Let the upper body hang. Still lift the sit bones, lift the inner thighs, stretching the backs of the legs, releasing the hips. You might sway a little side to side, into the legs, into the upper body. Finding nice, loose, easy movements here. Good. Coming back through center. And release the fingertips to the mat. Again, bend your knees as much as you need to. Lift halfway up. Try to lengthen the spine. Maybe bring your hands to your hips. Good. We're going to come up the rest of the way to stand. Keeping the feet nice and wide. Inhale, circle your arms. Once again, we're going to take the fingertips, interlace the fingers above the head, flip the hands, press the palms to the ceiling. Big inhale. As you exhale, keep the feet wide. Take a side bend to the right, pressing the palms towards the right side of the room. Try not to backward bend. I know my body looks a little weird here because of the camera angle. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, go to your left. Inhale, come back to center. Now you're going to exhale, round the back, press the palms forwards. Inhale, come back to center. Now as you exhale, we're going to draw a circle to your right. Take the palms to the right, circle them around, over to the left, and back up overhead. Reverse that circle, take it the other way, go left. Circle around, over to the right, back to the ceiling. Couple more here, going right. Taking these circles as deep as you like, maybe going more into a forward fold to stretch the back and legs. You might even be able to sweep the palms across the mat. As you circle, we're going to do one more on each side. Good. Inhaling, taking the hands up overhead, reach up, release the palms. Exhale, back to a forward fold. Bending the knees if you need to, lowering the hips, lowering the head, the chest, letting the head fall heavy. Now from this forward fold, you're going to walk your hands to your right. You might keep fingertips on the ground. You might reach for your right ankle, your right shin, your right thigh. You give yourself a little fold towards your right leg. Good, release. Walk the hands back through center and over to your left. Release, back through center. Inhale, lifting halfway up. Refold, exhale, let it go. Good, sweep the arms wide. Inhale, lift all the way up to stand. Exhale, passing the hands through the center of your body, bringing palms to the chest. Good, from here, lower your hands to your hips, heel toe your feet in. We're going to work with tree pose. Feel free to grab your block, add in an extra challenge by standing on your block, or just keep the feet on the mat, up to you this time. Take your weight into your right foot, lift your left heel, so the left knee comes forwards of the body. Check that the hips are squared, always reminding yourself not to jump into that standing leg, but keeping the hips both level and pointing straight forwards. Open the left knee. Notice if the left hip went with it. Try to keep the hips facing forwards, and then find your tree, placing your left foot anywhere on the inside of your right leg. Try not to rest on the inside of the knee, however, because you don't want that weight pushing into the knee itself. Good. Start to find your balance here. Spread your toes. Pull the belly in, lift the chest, draw the shoulders down. Once you have that balance, bring your hands to your chest. Now we're going to work with what we did the other day. So from this tree pose, I really want you to engage your glutes, inner thighs, chest. See if you can pull the foot just an inch or two away. So left foot just an inch or two away from your right leg. So you're still balancing in tree, but you're not letting that foot rest to find the balance. Hold for 3, for 2. I'm going to take this left leg, kick it out to the side, and then slowly bring it back down, and then shake it out. Good. Second side, bringing hands back to the hips. First, finding your solid foundation, your mountain pose in your feet, drawing the shoulders down, belly in. From there, lift your right heel. Just let the right knee come forwards. Notice if the hips shifted or changed. Keep the hips level, open the right knee. Again, did the right hip go back with the left or with the right knee? Good. Find your tree, foot anywhere on the inside of your left leg. Once you have that foot placement, work on finding balance, work on leveling hips, shoulders, finding length, lift from the core, hands to the chest if you have that. Maybe arms over the head or out to the side this round. And then again, once you feel you have that, work on that separation. Just an inch or two of the foot from the inside of the leg. So you work a little bit more on the balance rather than resting and collapsing into this standing leg. You actually have to lift. Work on it. Couple more breaths. 3, 2, kick the right leg out, bring it in, set it down, take the feet out, again, the width of your mat. We're going to draw some circles with the hips to release the hips. Good, take the circles in the other direction, few rounds. Coming back to center, inhale, circle your arms. One more wide-legged forward fold, exhale, hinge from the hips, folding it down. Palms to the mat, palms to blocks. Inhale, half lifted. As you exhale, big bend into your knees, walk the fingers forwards until you can set one knee down, other knee down. Walk the hands a little more forwards, find table, hands and knees. 4 rounds of cat-cow here. Inhale, chest forwards, belly down, tail up. Exhale to round. Checking the tail, curling, rounding through the spine. Few more rounds of breath here. Finish your last round of breath. And then find seated. Start to walk your hands back, hips back. Let the feet go to one side, hips go to the other. Bring your legs around and forward, out in front of you. Scoot yourself down towards the top of your mat. Bending into the knees, grab a hold of your shins. Inhale, lift the chest. Find that cow shape. Good. As you exhale, reach your arms forwards. Round the spine and move yourself all the way down, one vertebrae at a time, all the way down to the floor. Inhale, stretch it long, reach the arms over the head, stretch from your fingers to your toes. Exhale, gather the knees into the chest, give yourself a hug. Take a couple of breaths here, rock it side to side, back and forth. Maybe draw some circles with your knees to massage your low back. From here, set the feet down to the mat, keeping the knees bent. We're going to take the hips, shift them slightly to your left. Lift the knees in towards the chest. Let the knees fall to the right. You're coming into a twist. Try to stack your left hip on top of your right, and then open the arms into either a T, a wide egg, or maybe even a cactus pose. And then if it's comfortable for your neck, let your gaze fall to the left to complete the twist. Take one more breath here. On an inhale, stretch, bring your knees back to center. Walking the feet back to center, pick up your hips, shift them now to the right. Lift the knees, let them fall to the left, twisting to the other side. Gaze can fall towards the right fingertips if it's safe for your neck. One more breath. Inhale, bringing the knees back to center. Adjust your hips to center. Take your feet about as wide as your mat. Knees still bent, let the knees windshield wiper side to side. Letting one knee fall center of the mat, the other knee fall wide to release the hips. Knees back to center. Send your right leg forwards to the top right corner of your mat. Left leg to the top left corner. Flex and point your feet a couple of times. Draw some circles. And then let your feet fall wide. Let your toes spread. Take your arms, reach them out beside you. Either the width of your legs, maybe closer into your body, or even wider. Do it feels good. Roll your fingers in and out of fists a few times. Maybe draw a few circles with your wrists. And then slowly let the hands, the arms unfurl out onto your mat. Just letting the hands get nice and heavy. Tuck your chin just slightly in towards your chest, lengthening the back of your neck. Maybe drawing the shoulders a little more down away from your ears. Shoulder blades underneath you so the chest can open. And then let everything melt. Let your body go completely heavy. Letting the floor support your full weight. Letting your eyes softly close. Again, come back to your breath. Steady, deep inhales through your nose. And exhales through the nose. If it works for your breath, start to lengthen your exhales slightly longer than your inhales. Allowing the breath to reset, to find a new calming, relaxing rhythm for your body. Continue to feel your body get heavier and heavier as it sinks into your mat. And even as your body gets heavier, allow your breath to soften. As you bring awareness deeper into your own body, take a moment to bring your awareness into your chest, the area around your heart, and see if you can actually feel your heartbeat echo against the back of your mat. Take a moment to really feel this sensation, the rhythm, the strength of your heart, steady movement, the constant of that rhythm. As you settle, diving into your heart, your breath, start to let go of anything that might still be weighing on your mind or taking up space. Bringing your complete awareness into your own body. For the next few breaths, maybe for the only time all day, allow your breath in your body, your mind in your body, to all be in the same space at the same moment. your minds left the room. Take a few moments to come back into your body. Running your thumbs across your fingers, bringing sensation slowly back into the hand. Wiggle your toes, feeling the blood moving back through your feet. Flex and point, circle your wrists and ankles. Stretch long one more time as if you've just woken in the morning. Draw your knees into your chest, give yourself a final hug. And then roll to whichever side feels more comfortable today, giving yourself a couple of final breaths there to rest. As you're ready, slowly make your way back up to a seated position, facing the front of your mat. And sitting nice and tall, letting the hands rest on the knees, soften the shoulders down. Your next inhale, bring your arms up overhead, reach up, stretch up, connect your palms, gaze up. Exhale, trace your midline, bringing your hands to the center of your forehead. Thank you both for joining me today. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.